Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm at team camp in Slade, Kentucky with my team, White Space Bikes. Like you guys know, it's 4 days. We're gonna do I don't know how many miles. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We just got to the house. Right now we're just gonna unload, kind of go over the week, and then we're gonna do a little shakeout ride, about 30 miles. So yeah, let's get it. All right, so we're ready for the ride. It's about 8. I don't have my phone. It's like 8:50. We're leaving at 9. So right now I'm gonna go down, get the bike ready. Make sure my bottles are all good, and then we'll go, and I'll try to film as much as I can, so yeah, let's go. Alright, so I didn't actually record anything for the first ride. So anyway, this is our openers that we did Thursday, spin out, nothing crazy. The most we did was at the end. We raced coming back from, let me zoom in here, coming back on this road that follows the highway, and then you turn right, go under the highway, and then this segment going back from Slade to McGill's. This is the house that we stay at for team camp. And this little road, we just raced it. I ended up average 3:43 for 4 minutes and 25.6 mile an hour, and I ended up taking second on the segment, which Braden Reeds had. If you guys know who I'm talking about, then you'll know, but if you don't, he was one of the old riders, not old, but previous riders on 913 or White Space Bikes. He's currently over in France racing with AG2R, which is crazy. Still a junior, but he's racing over there, so big props to him. But yeah, that's about it for day one. It wasn't anything special, just a little spin out to get the legs ready for the big week that we had. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the next day. Good morning, guys. Day 2. So this morning we have a big day. So first ride is about 74 miles. I'll pop it up on the screen right here. So it's like 5,000 feet of climbing, and there's a few climbs that we really want to get the KOM on, so we're going to try to rip those up. And then in the afternoon we have a little, it's like 30 miles, just a little extra volume. So I'll take you guys through what it looks like for us to be at team camp in the morning, go get some breakfast, and then the ride, and then recovery, and after that, all that stuff, so yeah. Top of the climb. Maddox, how are we feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, I'm there. Everyone's doing like 500 watts with the climb.
Yeah, can we keep it steady, guys? What's his name? Wait, who works at Zip?
We got like, I don't know, like 10 miles to the gas station. Something like that. So, yeah. How are we feeling, Haley?
Ready to attack that guy on the descent.
Heck yeah, bro. Alright, at the gas station, like the only stop on the trip. Got all our bikes here. I got some Gator Light, some water, some gummy worms. So I think we're 44 miles into it. We got like an hour 15 go, and then we're gonna take a little break and then go out again. So yeah, feeling good. We're on Skyview climb right now on the descent. We're gonna do like 120, but I think we're just gonna chill and go back, do like 100 for the day. So sucks to see, but just go back like 80 miles. David, how are we feeling?
Tired.
Very tired. Owen can't wave because he's disabled now.
Watch out.
Yeah.
We're gonna do like another 30 miles. So okay, day 2. So this was honestly one of the best rides I've ever done. 86 miles, a little under 4.5 hours, I would say. I mean, that's close enough, right? So average 214 watts, normalized 235. Training Peak says average 237, but I mean, it was very high for me. I felt really good the entire day. You could see TSS was like over 300 for the first ride. And I really just try to keep a steady pace and work on my bike handling. I bumped with Maddox and really just tried to stay consistent with the power and not spike up too much unless we were climbing. We went up Skyview here, and this was a brutal climb. This whole climb is really hard. It's 340 feet and half a mile. It's 11% average, over 11% average. You can see I averaged 379 watts. I was only doing like 9 miles an hour. The KOM is like 12 miles an hour. So it was really humbling getting to compare myself to the big dogs. That was day 2, the morning ride. So we averaged 20 miles an hour, 86 miles.
All right, got a little climb going. David, how we feeling, bro?
Cooked. Starting to crisp.
Dude, we are so cooked. We're going pretty easy up this climb though, so yeah, doing good.
in the hot tub right now. Owen,
I
how's the arm?
feel okay.
How's the hand?
Shit.
Hot, man.
Okay, day 2, second ride. So, hour and a half, 27 miles. We went really easy on this one. Me and David pulled for a lot of it. You could see super stable power. We had a little sprint off. David and I had a little sprint off around here. And I ended up hitting my best 5-second power and peak power. It wasn't even really close. My previous best 5-second was like 1190, hit 1222. My peak was like 1380. Which is like 180 watt improvement over my previous best, and that's after, I would say, a little over 400 TSS of riding, 350 TSS, which is just kind of bonkers to me. I must have just been feeling really good. But yeah, that was the morning, or I guess the afternoon ride. Real quick, I'm gonna go over this. This is not a tunnel, so it's a super shallow climb. It's 3.4% for 1.7 miles, and it comes up to this little tunnel here. It's a really pretty climb. You go through the tunnel, and then it's a fairly technical start of the descent, and then just straight down, and you're flying down this part. And it was just really fun getting to come up that easy compared to usually we just go full gas up that. Yeah, that was the afternoon ride. I don't know if I got any more footage for the rest of the week, unfortunately. I have some cool stories about the rest of the week. Even if I don't have footage, I'll still talk about it. So let's get to that. Day 3 morning ride. So 50 miles, 2.5 hours. 219 watts average, 250 watts normalized. Training peaks was like 270. It's kind of crazy. Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. So we started off with a fairly gradual climb up into a pretty steep descent. I hit 51 here, 52. I got slowed down a little bit by David. I could hit higher, but that's neither here nor there. Came up, and then we descended down. I believe this was coming into Stanton. This is a really fun descent, but that was the one where I hit 52. Anyway, that was the first half, and then this little while here is just a bunch of rollers. I guess you can see the profile is pretty rolly and just one big road, and I was pulling, and then I guess I was going too hard, and I kind of zoned out, and then I looked back and I had a gap, and I didn't want to be, and I decided I kind of just wanted to go off the front. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything. I just wanted to, get some power going in the legs. So I averaged 240 for about 43 minutes. My heart rate, my strap hit, I don't know, it like took a dump. I don't know what happened to it. So that's not accurate, but it was pretty nice getting to sit out here for a little while and just chill by myself, listen to some good country music, some Bailey Zimmerman, stuff like that. And then eventually I got reeled back in. I only had like a 20-second gap, but I got reeled back in going up into the steep side of Not a Tunnel because they were doing a lead out for Zane. So I got caught around here, and then I gave a lead out to Zane. You can see the power popped up a little bit here. Gave a lead out to him, and then let him go. He ended up getting the KOM, so big props to him. And then we just rolled back into town. Nothing crazy on the way back. We kind of whacked it a little bit on the road going back into Slade, but again, we didn't get the KOM or anywhere close to it, but that's for another part of this video. I'll tell you guys more about that. That was the first ride of day 2 or day 3. The second ride for day 3 was much more interesting, so I'll just skip over to that because I want to talk about that a lot more than I want to talk about this. Okay, so this was a little bit more of a controversial day. I'll explain that. So for the whole ride, I think it was around 50 miles, I would say. You could see how it's like, what is this little bit here? So we came up a pretty shallow climb, and then it was just the same pace that we'd been doing. And then right here, I got a flat. It's about 15 miles out from the house. Got a flat, and John was following us in. John is my coach. Was following us in his truck. So I stopped, fixed my flat, and by that time we were going pretty quick, and the guys decided to go pretty much all out. I don't know if it was all out, but they went hard all the way back into the house. So I wasn't going to catch up by myself because there was like 7 guys, which, whatever. I don't really care. But I just started doing tempo for a little while up until like here or so. And then John got in front of me. And that was my first experience with motor pacing ever, which was super fun. So I will go to that right now. So this was the section where I motor paced. You can see I averaged almost 29, 263 watts average for half an hour. And it was a really hard effort because you could see there's rollers. and every roller he was going the same speed up the rollers that he was going on the flat. So I ended up having to like sprint up every roller. It was really fun getting to experience that. And then we came back on this road. And this road, there's some segments on it. And since I was motor pacing, I got the KOM by like a minute and a half on this one, and then by like a minute on this one. And I got flagged. I had to private this ride and split it because I didn't want to take the guy's KOMs from him because I did cheat. So that was kind of interesting. I've never gotten flagged before on a ride. And then the star of the show came right after that. So we were coming in to the turn up into Slade. You can see I had to split it, so it started right whenever I made the turn. And we made this turn at like 30 miles an hour, 33. And I hadn't seen the group up until we made this turn. We made a turn, we saw him on this road. So we could see him up the road, and we were just slowly closing on him. We came into this turn, and then John just waved me through, and I dumped it up the climb, and I caught a few of the guys right here, and then I decided to just keep going, and I caught up with the main group, which was Devin and Tanner. Tanner is not one of the guys on the team. He's just one of the athletes, the John coaches, and they were doing kind of a lead out. So I got in the wheel, and then Devin kind of launched it. I followed the wheel, and then I sprinted past him, and I ended up getting the KOM from Braden. It was by a few seconds, and it was really cool getting to kind of get a lead out, and then being able to have the power to come around and get the KOM on that. So I averaged 306 watts for 4 minutes, and for my final little effort here, it was 640 for 30 seconds. After that, just spun up to the house, and this climb up into the house is a gravel road, and it's like super steep right here, so it was really hard after a really hard effort like that. But anyway, that was day 3, a really eventful day. I got a lot of good training in, and I felt really good. That is the second to final ride that we did for the camp. The next one I have a little bit of footage from because we did interviews, and then that will be it for the video. So let's get into that.
All right, we're here with Owen Reaney. So how did today's ride go?
Kind of shit, as you can see from the hand. Yeah, and then also my 2 ass cheeks, both were exposed after I fell, and my knee kind of fucking hurts, and my other leg and my lat got cut on that. So yeah, pretty bad. But before that, pretty fun actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your favorite race?
I'd say all of Toad, just like racing all those days, pretty good. Yeah.
What type of rider are you?
I'd say kind of all around. I like to go for the breakaways though.
Okay.
So, I don't know yet. Undiscovered.
Okay.
Hidden talent.
How many years have you been riding?
5 years as of like a month from now, but I'd say only like 3 years seriously.
Okay.
So,
And what's your most memorable experience on the bike?
I'd say probably riding Cherhola Skyway with the Gooner squad. Like, we pretty much flew up there and then good descent. Got some burgers afterwards. Just like best experience on the bike. It was hard. It was fun. All that. Kind of like something else.
Okay. Okay, we're here with Hayden. Was it Engdahl?
Halen Ingdahl.
Okay. So how did today's ride go?
I'd say it's pretty good. My ass cheeks didn't come out, so it's always a positive. And I bonked at like 10 miles to go, but we made it.
Okay. What's your favorite race?
Probably Schwamigan, just because it's like crazy, and I got a lot of free food at the end.
And what is Schwamigan?
That's a mountain bike race.
Okay. So what type of rider are you?
I'd say I gotta agree with Oven. I'm still undiscovered, just not a sprinter.
Okay. And how many years have you been riding?
Probably like 3 now. I think like
Okay.
2021 and 2022 is when I started racing.
Okay. What's your most memorable experience on the bike?
Probably Schwamigan. That's probably it.
Okay. All right, we're here with Zane Meyer. So how did today's ride go?
I mean, it was pretty chill. Most of it. At some parts, we were nuking it up the climbs and stuff, but I don't know. Pretty chill overall. Long day on the saddle.
How many years have you been riding?
Riding for like 3, been racing for like 2.
Okay. What's your most memorable experience on the bike?
I don't really know. Probably Cherhola Skyway, like Owen. I mean, it was like the biggest climb I've ever done. It was a fun day.
I'm here with Maddox Simmons. I've interviewed him before. We're gonna do it again. So, how did today's ride go?
It was pretty nice until the end where I bonked and died for the last 20 miles and started crying on the bike because I was done at mile 80.
How many years have you been riding?
3, I think. No, 2.5 maybe. Started right end of the year, 2023, and I've been racing ever since.
What's your favorite race?
Favorite race, probably like Toad or something. It's pretty cool. I like that race.
What's your most memorable experience on a bike?
My most memorable moment on the bike is probably. I don't think I have one yet, actually. I haven't been riding that long, and I don't have many wins that are too cool. So I don't think I have one yet.
Cool. Do you do any other sports?
Yeah, I play hockey, and I think this might be my last year because I'm gonna focus on cycling.
Nice. All right, bro.
I'm locked in.
So we're here with Jake Zaromsky. So how did today's ride go?
It's pretty good. Last 20 miles hurt, but we got it done.
How many years have you been riding?
5, but taking it seriously for 3.
What's your favorite race?
Favorite race? I'd have to either say Toad or Chicago Grit.
What's your rider style? What type of rider are you?
Probably more of a punchy rider, but I also have a sprint, so yeah.
What's your most memorable experience on the bike?
Probably Tour Labitaby last year. Just finishing it. It was favorite race I've ever done. Most memorable thing I've ever done on the bike.
Do you do any other sports?
Yeah, I run cross country and I play intramural basketball.
All right, that was Team Camp. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting recently. I have a new video coming out soon, which is about my first race recap. Well, technically second. That is in St. Louis, so I'm excited to get that one out to you guys. But for right now, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day or night. I don't know what time zone you're in. Feel free to like and subscribe, or don't. I don't really care. I just like saying that. So yeah, see ya.